A Quest for Change, a Wesleyan Methodist Church, by Richard Brown, David LePan, and LeGency Brown. Have you ever wondered how slavery ended, or how did slavery have a big part in the quest for change? The Wesleyan Methodist Church is located on East Onondaga Street, across from the Columbus Circle in Syracuse, New York. It played a big part in the end of slavery. Many significant historical figures gathered at the Wesleyan Methodist Church to abolish slavery. These abolitionists included Jermaine Logan, Luther Lee, and Charles and Chloe Merrick. The Wesleyan Methodist Church was originally built and completed in 1847. This location is a very public location with lots of traffic, and it's in the middle of the city. In this church, there was meetings about the fugitive slave law, how dangerous it would be to have freedom. This church was also a safe spot for slaves to hide.
These local abolitionists made many sacrifices in their quest for change. These abolitionists include Jermaine Logan, Luther Lee, Charles and Chloe Merrick. Jermaine Logan, also known as the King of the Underground Railroad. He was a member of the church in the 1850s. He made speeches about ending slavery. Jermaine Logan also hid slaves in his house to lead them to freedom in Canada.
Next, Charles and Chloe Merritt, members of the Wesleyan Methodist Church, were very wealthy abolitionists who provided the runaway slaves with money, clothes, and food. The Wesleyan Methodist Church, being the oldest church in Syracuse, still stands today. This church still holds possession of the beautiful stained glass window in memory of Charles and Chloe Merrick.
As the leader and pastor of this church, Luther Lee had a positive impact in the quest to end slavery. Luther Lee had no fear in his fight against the fugitive slave law. He lived directly across from the Wesleyan Methodist Church. In fact, Luther Lee stated, "I never would obey it. I had helped 30 slaves escape to Canada during the last month. If the authorities wanted anything of me, my residence was at 39 Onondaga Street. I would admit that. They could take me and lock me up in the penitentiary on the hill. If they did such a foolish thing as that, I have friends with enough money in Onondaga County to level it to the ground before the next morning."
As you can see, the Wesleyan Methodist Church has had such a great impact on the history of Syracuse, New York. This church is one of the most important historical sites. This church has helped so many fugitive slaves and many others. The Wesleyan Methodist Church and the people who supported it have had the best impact on Syracuse. A special thanks to the Mission Restaurant, Mr. Coyer, Miss Butcher, Miss Shue, and Elms.